Imagine spending literally billions of dollars and years of your life building the ultimate machine, only to turn around and immediately beg the government to put a leash on it. It's a total paradox, right? But that is exactly what's happening right now. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're examining a massive turning point. The exact moment the creators of the world's most advanced artificial intelligence suddenly hit the panic button. We are diving deep into a major industry SOS that just permanently changed how we talk about our technological future.
For years, the whole AI narrative has been this relentless race of celebrated breakthroughs. We're talking smarter models, faster chips, and billion-dollar investments breaking records pretty much every few months. But suddenly, a much heavier question is hijacking the conversation. What if AI actually outpaces our ability to govern it? This isn't just a quiet academic debate anymore. It's a very public, incredibly urgent concern. Instead of just hyping up another technical milestone, the folks closest to the frontier are literally asking us to pause and reflect.
So, let's get into Section 1. The builders sound the alarm.
Let's be clear. This is not just a handful of skeptical outsiders yelling from the sidelines. We are talking about more than 1,100 researchers, engineers, and employees who have signed an extraordinary public warning. And to really grasp the gravity here, you have to look at who is actually on this list. It includes the absolute pioneers of deep learning, the so-called godfathers of AI like Geoffrey Hinton and Yoshua Bengio, alongside top engineers from OpenAI, Google, Meta, Anthropic, Microsoft, and Amazon. The actual architects of our AI future, all standing up together in this unprecedented show of industry consensus. And their message is chillingly clear. They're warning that the next generation of systems might arrive faster than our ability to understand, supervise, or regulate them. This perfectly captures the dramatic irony of our current situation. These are the ultimate insiders, the builders themselves, basically saying this tech could soon slip beyond our control. They're telling us point blank that the speed of development is on track to outpace human oversight. It's a huge moment of reckoning from the people who know exactly what's cooking in their labs.
All right, moving on to Section 2. Inside the historic warning.
Okay, let's separate the sci-fi from the facts here because nuance is absolutely crucial. These signatories aren't predicting inevitable doom, and they're definitely not claiming that artificial general intelligence, or AGI, is already walking among us. What they are warning about is recursive self-improvement. They're pointing to a near future where systems could eventually automate parts of their own AI research. And wow, that is a massive paradigm shift. Because once an AI can code better AI, the speed of progress goes from human-paced to machine-paced. If it starts improving itself faster than humans can oversee it, progress could accelerate way beyond our current comprehension.
So the big takeaway is that this is a measured call for preparation. It's not a reason to panic. The experts are basically urging governments to build appropriate safeguards in parallel with these rapidly growing capabilities. And they mean concrete, actionable stuff. We're talking compute caps, mandatory third-party audits before massive models are released, and physical kill switches, or air-gapped testing environments. They want these safety nets built and rigorously tested before the pace gets even faster, so we aren't caught totally off guard when these highly capable, self-improving systems finally do show up.
Which brings us to Section 3. Why now? The acceleration. You see, this SOS wasn't just sent in a vacuum. It's a reaction to an insane surge in technological capabilities. We are living through one of the fastest technological leaps ever recorded. Reasoning models are improving at a staggering rate, moving from basic text generation to solving really complex logic puzzles. Coding assistants are getting more and more autonomous. We've got multimodal systems that can seamlessly juggle text, images, video, and audio all at once. And to fuel all of this, tech giants are securing literal gigawatts of electricity for new data centers, pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into infrastructure just to push the boundaries even further.
And because of these massive leaps, AI is now universally recognized as a critical strategic technology. Make no mistake, this isn't just a Silicon Valley science fair anymore. It is a full-blown geopolitical arms race. Winning this race is seen as an absolute economic necessity and, frankly, a matter of national security. Whether it's the US, China, or Europe, no company and no country wants to fall behind, and nobody is going to just casually hand over their technological leadership.
This intense, high-stakes pressure has created a totally self-reinforcing innovation loop. Nations and megacorporations aren't just fighting over software anymore. They're hoarding raw compute power, trying to monopolize global energy grids, and manufacturing heavily guarded custom chips. They are sprinting to deploy autonomous agents and advanced physical robotics that could fundamentally change global supply chains and supercharge scientific discovery. Every single breakthrough forces the competition to respond even faster, pouring more fuel onto a fire that is already burning hotter than anything the tech industry has ever seen.
Let's dive into Section 4, the double-edged revolution.
Think about electricity, the internet, or the smartphone. Just like them, artificial intelligence promises to amplify progress across all of human civilization. We're looking at absolutely extraordinary potential benefits in healthcare, education, finance, and engineering. But as these unprecedented capabilities emerge, they naturally create some profound friction. The core of this paradox is dual use. The exact same AI model that can map novel proteins to cure a debilitating disease could theoretically be used by a bad actor to engineer a synthetic biological threat. The very systems that make global manufacturing insanely efficient are also triggering the most complex governance dilemmas humanity has faced in a century.
And this friction leads us to some incredibly urgent questions. How do we ensure these increasingly powerful systems actually stay aligned with human values? How do you even evaluate, let alone regulate, a system when its own creators admit they don't fully understand how it comes up with its answers? And how on earth do governments implement safety measures without suffocating all that beneficial innovation we just talked about? Look, these are no longer abstract, theoretical debates for philosophers and faculty lounges. They are central, urgent policy challenges happening right now, worldwide, in real time.
So, that leads us to Section 5. What happens next?
The truth is, reasonable experts can and do disagree on the exact timelines here. Nobody knows for sure what year an AI will emerge that can dramatically accelerate its own development. But the historic nature of this 1,100-person warning points to a solidifying, undeniable consensus. Governance deserves just as much attention, funding, and talent as innovation. Testing, transparency, and responsible development simply have to evolve right alongside raw capability. It basically means the old tech mantra of move fast and break things is violently colliding with a technology that we literally cannot afford to let break.
Which leaves us with a deeply uncomfortable question to ponder. Are these insider warnings exactly the wise precaution humanity desperately needs right now? Or, on the flip side, does slowing down actually pose a massive risk to solving our greatest global challenges, things like deadly diseases, climate change, and poverty, that an unhindered AI could potentially help us fix?
Ultimately, the future of artificial intelligence won't be determined by the technology alone. It's going to be fundamentally shaped by the choices humanity makes today about responsibility and oversight. Thank you so much for joining this explainer. The conversation has officially begun, and I genuinely encourage you to share your thoughtful perspectives on this historic turning point in the comments below. Do you think we need to hit the brakes and build those safeguards, or push forward as fast as humanly possible? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next explainer.